Is your child overly sensitive to sounds, textures, or touch? Do they cover their ears at loud noises or melt down when you change their clothes? Many parents see these behaviors and immediately wonder, could it be autism? But sometimes it's something else called sensory processing disorder, or SPD. Both can look very similar on the surface, but they're not the same. In this video, we'll explore 7 key differences that help parents understand whether it's autism, SPD, or something in between. Let's dive in. Number 1, the core cause, communication versus sensory input. Autism is a developmental condition that affects communication, social skills, and behavior. Sensory processing disorder is mainly about how the brain receives and responds to sensory information, like sound, touch, taste, or movement. So while autism includes sensory challenges, SPD is only about sensory processing. If your child's biggest struggle is reacting to noises, lights, or clothing textures, but they communicate and socialize normally, SPD may be more likely. Number 2, social interaction. Children with autism often find social situations confusing. They might avoid eye contact, prefer to play alone, or not respond when you call their name. In contrast, children with SPD usually want to connect and play, but may pull away only when the environment becomes too loud, bright, or overwhelming. If your child avoids others only during sensory overload, that's an important clue. Number 3, speech and communication. Autistic children may have speech delays, use repetitive phrases, or struggle with back-and-forth conversation. Kids with SPD usually develop language on time, unless their sensory sensitivities make it hard to listen or focus during interaction. So if your child can speak clearly but avoids speaking in noisy places, sensory overload may be interfering, not autism itself. Number 4, repetitive behaviors. Repetitive behaviors are common in both conditions, but for different reasons. In autism, repetitive actions, like hand flapping, spinning, or lining up toys, often serve as self-stimulation or comfort. In SPD, the repetition is usually sensory-driven. The child might rock or spin to feel balanced, or rub fabrics to calm their nervous system. Ask yourself, is this behavior about sensory comfort or about routine and sameness? That question can reveal a lot. Number 5, emotional regulation. Both groups of children can experience meltdowns, but the triggers are different. For autistic kids, meltdowns may happen when routines change or social expectations are confusing. For SPD, meltdowns are almost always caused by sensory overload, too much noise, light, touch, or movement. Once the sensory trigger is removed, SPD children usually calm down much faster. Number 6, cognitive and learning patterns. Autism can affect overall learning and understanding of abstract ideas like emotions, time, or social rules. SPD doesn't usually impact intelligence or cognitive skills. The challenge lies in processing sensations. A child with SPD might be bright and verbal but struggle to sit still in class because the chair feels too scratchy or the lights are too bright. In short, autism affects how a child learns. SPD affects how a child experiences the world. Number 7, response to routine and change. Children with autism often crave sameness. They feel safe when routines are predictable. A small change, like taking a different route to school, can trigger anxiety. SPD kids, however, may handle routine changes fine, unless those changes affect their senses. For example, a new shampoo smell or scratchy shirt tag could cause distress. Understanding what truly triggers your child helps you respond with empathy. So the question is, when autism and SPD overlap, it's also important to know that autism and SPD can coexist. Many autistic children have sensory processing challenges, but not every child with SPD is autistic. That's why professional evaluation is so important. A developmental pediatrician, occupational therapist, or child psychologist can help pinpoint what's really happening. What parents can do. If you notice your child struggling with sensory overload, start by observing patterns. Which senses seem to bother them most? Touch, sound, light, or movement? Create calm spaces, reduce sensory triggers, and consider an occupational therapy evaluation. Early support helps your child build confidence and independence. Every child's brain is unique, and understanding that uniqueness is the first step toward helping them thrive. If this video helped you, please subscribe to Next Gen Parenting for more child development guides, early sign awareness, and real parenting advice that makes a difference. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. you're doing great, and your child just experiences the world a little differently.